10 seconds remaining.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the EIZO Cup
5
quarterfinal
seconds
match.
remaining.
This is going to be a best of 3 between Kaipi and Na'Vi.
Reserve
Na'Vi
time.
going to be on the Radiant side with the second pick. Kaipi to the tire with the first. And with Kaipi we're going to see the first ban phase already completed here. Wisp and Rubik going to be their ban outs. Na'Vi choosing to ban out Batrider as well as the Phantom Lancer.
Reserve time.
So Kaipi with their first pick choosing to pick up Madness,
Na'Vi's
which is a little
turn to
surprising
pick.
considering Nyx Assassin actually was still in the pool. Of course he did get nerfed somewhat recently, last week actually, but most teams still seeming to favor him as a pretty early pickup. First pick, first ban material, and as a result we're going to see Na'Vi pick him up along with the Keeper of the Light. So those two supports they're kind of seen as the most valuable in the pool right now. Gonna go the way of Na'Vi in this game. We'll see if they actually decide to run the Nyx Assassin as a support. Kind of end up being surprised if they do go that route. We do know that Dendy likes to run that Nyx in the solo mid role. And it kind of opens up your draft a little bit more to not really just have both your supports picked up early and then end up kind of being limited as you head into that second picking phase in terms of who you can actually pick up as a solo.
Reserve time.
Kaipi chooses to pick up their second and third picks now. Looking at what they want, they have the Magnus, which gives them good team fight, but they need to get something else to really pair up with that, because just having the reverse player doesn't do a lot if you don't have something to follow up with it. And they're going to go with the Lifestealer, at least for the moment. So another pretty decent carry on their side. Kind of one of the more powerful ones in the pool that a lot of teams like to favor. Right now it's sort of a mid-gamey type carry. Of course he has that infest ability that allows him to put out some AoE damage in the middle of these team fights, which helps pair him up with Madness a little bit, but most of what he's going to be doing is right-clicking people, hitting them with his big old zombie hands, stealing their lives, no big deal. And we'll see what else they want to go for their third pick here.
Na'Vi's
And
turn
they end up
to
picking
pick.
up Bane. So, surprised that they would pick up the Bane first. But they're going to go with that Bane. That's a support hero that they can pick up. They aren't limited to just picking 2 support heroes in this second pick
10
phase now.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
But they will have that support. Of course, the Fiend's Grip able to go through BKB-like effects, the Nightmare, a pretty good setup disable that can also be used to deny himself and sometimes save your teammates from danger. Kind of works in a similar way to Disruption, if it's a little bit easier to deal with since you can time it however you want. If you hit someone once they're in it, as long as it's not in the first, like, half a second or so where they are actually completely invulnerable, you will be able to just break them out and deal the damage to them. Nature's Prophet going to be the last pick of this first picking phase now. Going the way of Na'Vi, so they're going to have that split pusher on their lineup, and we'll see how the rest of this ban phase comes out now. They'll kind of reveal how Na'Vi want to run this lineup. So they do have quite a few options with both the Nyx Assassin and the Nature's Prophet. Is Nature's Prophet going to go offlane? Is he going to jungle? Is Nyx Assassin going to be a support or a mid? You know, they can think about it, and how these bans go are really going to determine how they want to run it, what else they think they can get, what's going to give them the strongest lineup, particularly against whatever Kaipi end up running. So we're going to see Queen of Pain be the first ban out coming from Kaipi here. Maybe expecting to see that Nyx as a support, which is certainly a role he can be in. And Darkseer going to be the follow-up ban coming up from Na'Vi. Kaipi now thinking about their second ban here.
10 seconds remaining.
Not sure if they're going to continue on the run of banning out solos, in which case we probably
5
see Puck
seconds
as a
remaining.
good option here. Kind of plays in a similar role to Queen of Pain, it's a little bit more disable
Reserve time.
and a little bit less
10
damage
seconds
typically. And there's the Puck ban finally. Going down to about 10
Na'Vi's
seconds
turn
of
to
reserve
ban.
time actually. And Na'Vi gonna, looks like they're thinking about banning out offlaners with a Darkseer, at least something that Kind of pairs up pretty good with the Magnus. And now sitting here, eventually they're just going to ban out the Weaver. So trying to take out these off-leany type heroes, they have the Lifestealer and Bane, who are probably going to end up together in some sort of tri-lane. And of course Magnus, who will probably see end up soloing. And Kaipi now thinking about their final ban. If Na'Vi are planning on running this Nyx Assassin in the mid lane, their own bans are kind of just hurting them here. Banning all these mid heroes, kind of limiting their own options. But of course they're not going to be banning out whatever hero they're really planning on running here. We'll see if Na'Vi can manage to figure it out, snipe it off. Because with the way Kaipi's banning, you kind of gotta assume they have a plan. Maybe a hero or two that they're really thinking are going to be their pickups. So it's possible they could just fourth pick their support here, which is probably the best way to hide your core heroes as long as possible. Hide your lane matchups.
10 seconds remaining.
And sitting here continuing to think about what this last ban is going to be coming out from Na'Vi. They're trying to figure out where Kaipi are going. Probably weren't really expecting to see that Storm Spirit ban.
Reserve time.
As that seems like a hero that pairs up pretty well with Kaipi. Has a good initiation range though, which is always useful on any team. So we could have certainly seen Na'Vi go for it, and we have seen Dendi play Storm far more often in the past few weeks than he did in probably the whole rest of the year. And still sitting on this last ban. Trying to think who they would go for. They've gone with Darkseid as well as Weaver. Weaver kind of more of a carry type hero. And Darkseid are more of a team fighty type hero, so not really even playing the same role but in the team, but they do both lane the same way, and they finally end up going with Enigma, which is another hero we can see combo up pretty well with the Magnus for that reverse polarity. Drop a big reverse polarity, then throw a black hole on top of it, or do it the other way, you know, whatever. And Gyrocopter going to be the pick coming out here from Kaipi. So we're probably going to be seeing that Gyrocopter head to the mid lane. People couldn't reconnect because of the
10 seconds remaining.
Patch. Oof.
5 seconds remaining.
Brewmaster.
Dire team pick.
Brewmaster going to be the fourth pickup coming out here from Na'Vi. So we'll see how they want to lane that Brew. We've seen Brew played in a lot of different roles as of late. Sometimes he's been mid, sometimes he's been supporting in a tri-lane. We've seen him carry as or the farmer in a tri-lane. And he can even end up in the off lane. We'll see what they want to go for.
10 seconds remaining.
How they want to lane this, they still
5
have a
seconds
ton of
remaining.
options on the Na'Vi lineup for how they can end up putting these heroes and how they're going to lane them and where they're going to go. Jakiro going to be the last pick now, coming in from Kaipi now. So it's going to be their support, and suddenly last pick Lycan. Very quickly, Na'Vi knew exactly where they're going. No chance in hell Kaipi were picking that hero up. Puppy just clicking on Lycan like, this is the guy I want. Lycan, this is the man. The man I want is Lycan. Hey guys, Lycan. Hey guys, Lycan. Did you know Lycan? And we got Havost on Nyx Assassin. Are we seeing the legendary farming Nyx? I don't know, but I'm excited to see it. Let's go over the players and their heroes very quickly. On the dire side, we got Kaipi. Zizu playing the Bane Elemental. Eternal Envy on the Gyrocopter. Pylidai on the Jakiro. Arise on the Magnus. And finally Bone on the Lifestealer. We'll see how they want to lane. They're all heading to their bottom lane first. And I'm kind of surprised to see Envy on the Gyrocopter, actually. Oh god, my overlay's been on this whole time? Derp. It looks like they're going to spot
30
each other
seconds
out
to
in the
battle.
jungle here. Don't really expect a ton to get done here. It looks like they're both just going to chase each other back. We'll see how they end up winning the lane. On the Na'Vi lineup, it's a little bit more straightforward. We have Host on the Nyx Assassin. Kuroki taking up the Coddle,
The battle
Keeper of the Light.
begins.
And finally Puppy on the Lycan. Playing the jungler, like he loves to do. Kind of surprised to see Host on this Nyx. Looks like they're going to be farming with him in the dual lane here. Jakiro going to be invisible. Gonna stand here and try to block that pull or spawn for as long as possible. In the meantime, mid lane, it's gotta be Brewmaster going up against the Magnus. Na'Vi needs a second. Tic tac pause. Guys, tic tac pause. Top lane, it's going to be Phonic on the Nature's Prophet running into the Gyrocopter being played by Eternal Envy.
Denied.
And it looks like this tri-lane is coming out. We're going to just give Puppy the Lycan. Maybe it's just because that's a hero he plays more often and they're trusting that Havos can handle playing support in this game. Swapping roles. Just go with the heroes that everyone favors. Puppy not even going to jungle, at least not at first. Hasn't even picked up Wolves at level 1. And gonna get the best of the farm. He does do quite a bit of damage, particularly with this hatchet that he did pick up at level 1. Havos getting stunned up there by an ice path, nothing gonna come of it, except a little bit of harass.
Denied. First blood.
And first, wow, that's crazy. Nature's Prophet getting chased down in that top lane, missing first blood. Wasn't expecting to see that, but it did happen. So, kill's gonna be traded in that top lane, but first blood does go the way of Eternal Envy, as well as the experience. Not in this bottom lane, which is really where you expect the action to be with the tri-lane versus tri-lane situation. Not really expecting Phonic. To sort of get picked off up in that top lane by Eternal Envy, now trying to give a little bit of that harass back, but he's going to take a ton of damage.
Dire's middle tower is
Not the
under
best
attack.
matchup for Nature's Prophet. Kind of getting harassed a lot. And of course his Treant's not going to be particularly good at saving him. Almost rocking the mana burns. Pretty annoying support duo. Gonna keep having mana and be able to take the mana away from the enemy. With this chakra magic coming out from Kuro. And Puppy continue to get farm on this Lycan. Doing everything he can.
If I can't have you, no one will.
The mana bird's continuing to come out on the Nyx, trying to keep his mana low so he won't have the rage for whenever they decide to make their move. That would be the strategy I think they're going for here, otherwise not the ideal target, as obviously it'll do more damage to either the Bane or the Jakiro, both being int heroes having that higher base int.
Not for you.
And Puffy continue to try and get some farm in this mid lane. He is going pretty much even with the Nyx at the moment. But Puppy has quite a few denies, while as the Nyx doesn't really have any. Then he continued to just try and get this farm in the mid lane. Having a pretty good time in this particular matchup with the Brewmaster against the Magnus. Damn, it looks like they might be doing a little something here. Impale gonna come off on Pile I Die.
Radiant's top tower
Ice Path gonna
is
count,
under
doesn't really land on much of anyone. Hits Kuro, I guess. The Nightmare up on Puppy as well. So, just a little bit of a skirmish in that mid lane. In the meantime, it looks like Eternal Envy actually going to get killed this time in the top lane. Trying to go in on Phonic again, getting punished, it looks like. So far, all 3 kills have been up in that top lane, which is not what I would have guessed. You asked me to pick the lane with all the deaths. the tri-lanes just content to
Radiant's
feel each
top
other out
tower
for
is
the
under
moment.
attack.
Both melee carries getting farm against each other. Not really sure how that's happening. Illuminate gonna fly through now. And Pilot Eye gonna die. Nature's Prophet getting the ult. Or getting the kill with that ult. That's a killing spree for Funnick now. Sitting at 3-1, just like the kill score.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And it looks like Dendy going for a little bit of a gank up here on Eternal Envy. Has that haste rune. Nature's Prophet thinking about porting back. There it is. Clap gonna come out. Call down being used. And here comes the split from Dendy. Funnick gonna go down, maybe no. Still alive. And Funnick gets the last hit as well. Woo. Close call, but he is going to be able to survive there. Ends up getting the kill. And living to fight another day. And Dendy did have to use split for that, but not the worst. We've also seen that Dendy does not really hate using those big team fight ultimates on one hero. Meantime, these heroes in the bottom lane continue to sit. Puppy still getting the best of the farm down here. Only a couple last hits ahead
For you.
of the Lycan for the time being. And it looks like everyone's just going to sit around.
Double damage.
Meantime, the Nyx is sort of abandoned this bottom lane Bone. Looks like he wants to head into the jungle for the time being. Thinks he'll be able to get a little bit more farm there. Not sure if I agree with it, especially without him having a hatchet. Calling Blade. That's what they're called. Calling Blade. Little axe thing. Not having the best time, and I'm particularly surprised to see a Dendy in the mid lane. Jakiro is rotated here as well, so it looks like they're kind of giving up this tri-lane. Not having the best time for the time being, at least. Going up against that tri-lane. And Puppy has also made his way into the jungle. Just going to give Havost a little space to farm on this Nyx assassin. Has a couple points in those wolves now, so they're able to tank things up. A little more than they were before. He's still going to mostly have to do it on his hero. Has some treads, and we'll be getting ever closer to that Vladimir's offering, which is what we expect to see coming out from him. Pretty standard build on Lycan. Not that we see him a ton anymore ever since those post TI2 nerfs. In the meantime, Kuro trying to rock a little bit of farming in this jungle. Gonna spam some Illuminate at this creep wave. Zeus spots this out, but not really doing a ton of anything about it. Just kind of sees this like, I don't really want to get in a fight with Keeper Light with heroes missing and nearby. Looks like Arai is gonna pick up some arcane boots.
Stolen from sight.
Invis are going to be picked up by the Lifestealer up in the top river. And everyone's just content to farm for the time being. Gyrocopter getting the best of it at the moment. However, not doing the best in terms of net worth after dying 3 times now. Has been really getting punished a little bit just by trying to be so aggressive on Funnick in the top lane. Bone is up, however, up here now, and Funnick has nowhere to go. That Sprout not gonna save you. Yep, not gonna save you. So Gyrocopter gonna be able to get a little bit of a revenge kill, and dominating streak ended there from Funnick. And then he's gonna come back in this mid lane, try and get some farm. Shockwave flying through, hitting on him. Reverse polarity is up on Magnus. We'll see when he wants to use it. He's kind of been just hanging on to it for a while. Might have been able to set up some sort of kill on Dendy by now. Funnick looks to be porting in on Zizu. Sleep gonna come out on Havost. In that Vendetta, the reverse player gonna catch on two. Havost looking to go down very quickly. Kuro in some trouble as well, trying to run away, but he's not as fast as Arise, and it's just a matter of time till that Shockwave's off cooldown. And he gets that kill. So 2 kills going the way of Kaipi in this bot lane. Zizu chopped in some Sprout now.
Radiant's top tower is under
And that
attack.
should be a kill. Going the way of Nature's Prophet. Funnick able to hit it.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Meantime, Gyro able to get a last hit on that tower in the top lane. And now Puppey with Fury on down here. Look like they might want to go on this tier 1 as well. See if they're able to do it. The Treant's already kind of wearing off. Puppey taking a ton of damage, both from the tower as well as the Shockwave spam. Dendi arrives as well. Let's have that split off cooldown. Cooldown going to be used here. Dealing a lot of damage, and Dendi taking some rest. The creep wave basically already cleared off. Dendi in a lot of trouble. Gonna get skewered back now. Gonna be forced to just use that primal split if he wants to survive. Throws a rocket, Eternal Envy, Cyclones, Magnus up in the air. Trying to do whatever damage he can, but he's not gonna get a ton done here. So, that split gonna be used to nothing, no effect. Just keeps Dendi alive. Havost in Vendetta once again. Wants to go on Bone, gonna get the Impale and misses. The Vendetta only gonna hit, and the Nature's Prophet ult not gonna do any damage either. So good reaction times coming out there from Bone. It's a kind of easy combo to break off if you have the Magic Immune. Impale, not the fastest stun. Especially since Bone happened to be walking away as the Vendetta hit went off. We're gonna heal up with the Infest in that range creep. Keeps him in fighting shape, and another attempted gank on him going to fail. And it looks like a push coming out from Na'Vi in the mid lane now. Let's take a quick look at experience and gold, since it looks like this tower is going to be going down for free. Experience, going to be favoring Na'Vi just barely, about 1,200 gold. A little bit less drastic than, only about 600 gold in favor of Na'Vi. But they are leading both. Eternal Envy taking quite a bit of damage. It looks like funny. Gonna drop a Sprout. Reverse player, he catches on 2. Bone going in, doing some damage. Ice Path gonna land on only Funnick. Havost getting hit by this Lifestealer, trying to get away. Gets himself in a corner. Vendetta gonna be used. Still alive for the moment. Central gonna get dropped, and he's gonna go down. Meantime, Jakiro was able to pick off Funnick in the middle of that fight as well. Then he's trying to do what he can, but doesn't have that Primal Split as it was forced out in the bottom lane. Meantime, Lifestealer chased down Keeper Light in the mid lane. Looks like Dendi's going to be able to get away fine. This homing missile going to land, but no one really in a position that they want to chase him all the way behind the tier 1 tower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So, a bunch of kills going the way of Kaipi in that middle lane. It was, I think, 3 for none. I'm not really sure why Na'Vi hung around so long. You know, once you're sitting there doing it, it seems like a good idea. They thought they were going to be able to get something done, maybe get a kill. They almost did get several, but that reverse player catching them really hurt pretty bad. Now they're a little bit on the back foot. Probably lost most of the experience lead that they had. Yep, it's back on the other side now by about the same. Went for about 1,200 in favor of Na'Vi, 1,200 in favor of Kaipi. Gold seeing only 500 in favor of Na'Vi now. Fortunately, Puppey playing pretty well, just being kind of constant in his farming. Sitting at 0-0-2, farming in the jungle, has the Vlads done now. Can start to go for Roche if he ever feels like it. However, not a hero. Or not probably going to feel particularly safe right now. Especially with that ultimate form on cooldown. So he won't be able to rely on that to get away. And it looks like he might be thinking about going for something in the dire jungle here. Gonna spot our Rise farming up these creeps. Starts attacking him with wolves. Oh no, wolves. Meantime, Bane does get killed near the Roche pit. Trying to counter ward. Not going to succeed. As smoke gets used by Na'Vi, they know there's no ward there. We'll see where they're trying to head. It looks like they're heading up towards that top lane. kind of expect that Bone should know something's going on. If he hangs out there too much longer. With so many heroes from Na'Vi missing. But it looks like they're actually going to switch it up and start heading towards the mid lane maybe. Go for a little bit of a wraparound on this mid tower. Then he's just going to cut off the creep wave, kill it off. And just Prophet all flying through, doing some damage as well. And there's a ton of treants this tier 2 tower. Looks like it's going to be going down. Then he's going to pop an invis rune. Has that blink dagger up already? So he's chasing after Gyrocopter for the time being. Curry going to get spotted out, kind of revealing that he's there. Slow coming up from Bone on Funnick, he's just going to be able to port away. Going to actually cancel it. And there comes the split out from Panda once again. They're going to get the stun on Zazu. That should be his death on this Bane. Going to sleep himself for the time being, but should just be finished off. He's still getting away. Host finally just going to use the Vendetta hit on him. First player lands on the two supports. They're both going to go down. Rise getting that double kill. Anytime Lycan is taking the tier 1 tower in the top lane. Bone now going on to Host. He doesn't really have a lot. Pops that Spike Carapace, but not going to keep him alive. Too much damage coming out, and that's another 3-for-1 trade in favor of Kaipi, but they lose 2 towers for it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Puppy continuing to survive, continuing to farm on this lycanthrope. See anything on the courier? Looks like he's going for a medallion. Has it basically done. Actually, does have it done. Because he's a Sage's Mask already in his inventory. I was wondering why he wouldn't just finish it. Pretending he's just going to blink in. That farms up these creeps. Get that little harass on Bone as well as creep wave. Looks like the armlet almost finished up on Bone now. And smoke coming out in the bottom lane from 3 heroes. Looks like they're going to be able to go on Funnick here. He's still pretty close. If he even shows himself, it's going to be a sign for them to go in. Now Funnick knows something's up. He sees that shockwave appear from nowhere. Which is a sign that they are smoked up and just hanging out right there. Hervos is going to have his Vendetta going up in this top lane. Puppy pushing into the tier 2 tower. Looks like they want to go Eternal Envy. Not maybe going to be able to go. Well, still has about 20 seconds left on that Vendetta. There's another hero, however, now. That's going to be the Magnus. They're going in on him, trying to take him down as fast as possible. He's going to be able to skewer out Call Down being used. Hervos getting caught pretty far out, low on HP. Already popped that Spike Carapace trying to bait out something. Anytime Keeper Light gets picked off by Bone. And now Fiend's Grip coming out of Funnick. He's completely out of mana as a result, getting hit by the Nake's going to go down. First player lands on 2. Puppy, the only one left alive. Doesn't have that ult for him, which is going to leave him in a position where he can't run away. Homing Missile going to land. Oh, what are they doing? They didn't finish the job. Oh, but the Wolves block Puppy up a little bit. Just a little bit. Enough for Rise to get back in range, and it's going to be his death. So it looks like everyone but Dendi went down there. Who was in the meantime in the bottom lane, just hanging out, partying. I mean, he's a brewmaster. It makes sense that he'd be partying. He likes alcohol. But a lot of sloppy fights continue to come out from Na'Vi here. We'll see what Dendi ends up going for. He's up to 2200 gold, 2300 gold. Already has that blink dagger, so it's not going to be that. If he's going for eggs, he's a little over halfway there. Can pick up something like that point booster now. Or he can just wait. Eternal Envy continuing to farm. Almost has enough gold for that BKB. And it's kind of what you expect to see him going for with that Ogre Club already picked up here. Leaves him like 150 gold away. Dendi in the meantime is invisible, wandering around. Trying to spot someone out, but walked right past the Sentry Ward while invisible. So they're going to know he's here. Eternal Envy should pretty much already be running. And when Dendi sees Eternal Envy running and then suddenly turning and running straight back at him, pretty good sign that it's time to run. Puppy trying to kill off Roshan has that medallion as well. Some wolves helping him out. Has those 4 points in wolves as well as in the howl. Gives him a lot of damage. Now he's actually even going to pop that ult for maybe worried about someone coming in. Needs to hurry up and finish it off. So gonna get the Aegis in time to book it. Looks like he's gonna be fine. Nyx Assassin picks up a Blink Dagger of his own as well. So Puppy's starting to go for that AC, getting pretty close. Where has the plate mail and the chain mail picked up? Shows all these armor components. Just needs to get the Hyperstone in the recipe now, which is of course quite a bit of gold. It's not too close even if he has half the items that go in it. And Bone continuing to farm in this bomb lane. Has the armament done as well as 1200 gold beyond it. Looks like something picked up on Bane there, just some sentry wards. More sentries. Nothing really up on either. Sports 1,000 gold on magnets beyond the blink there. It looks like he's going for drums with that bracer pickup. And almost has the gold for it. In this mid lane, Dendy on the Brewmaster. Looks like he is going to be going for Ags. He's picked up the Staff of Wizardry as well as the Ogre Club. And almost up to 1,000 gold again, so he can almost afford that Blade of Alacrity if he wants to pick that up first.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Phonic Farm Office Ancients has the Midas as well as the Mech done. 1,400 gold beyond that. We'll see what he decides to pick up next. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be. It looks like Puppy has that Hyperstone picked up now.
Radiant's top tower is
On
under
his
attack.
Lycanthrope. Tier 2 tower in the top lane getting harassed a little bit. Phonic just going to port up there and try and defend. See what Na'Vi want to do. Maybe they're feeling like they're kind of behind right now. They've lost several fights in a row. They're on 6 kills now. We'll take a quick look at Experience of Gold and see what's going on with that. Experience only about 2,500 in favor of Kaipi. Gold actually well in Na'Vi's favor and continuing to climb that way. Up to about 5k. So Na'Vi continuing to outfarm. I think a lot of that is on the back of this Lycanthrope. As well as the Nature's Prophet to some extent. And I guess even the Brewmaster doing pretty well. We'll see when Na'Vi want to start trying to make something happen here. They have a lot of pushing power, but they keep losing team fights. So kind of expecting to see them just wait it out for a while, get some items up to make them a little bit tankier in these fights. A little bit more survival. Of course, they do have that mech up on Prophet now. Nothing really at all up on Kuro on this Keeper of the Light.
Come, come.
And Phonic continuing to farm in the mid lane on this Nature's Prophet. Doing the best he can in that jungle. Envy doing his farm in the dire side jungle as well. He's got the Helm of the Diamond here as well as the BKB picked up. 2,000 gold beyond it. We'll see what he goes for next. Kind of expecting to see a Yasha come out into the Manta style. But he has the gold for Yasha if he wants to go for it right now. And it looks like Na'Vi are headed towards this top lane host. Gonna spot out this Wild Wing, gonna kill it off. Not letting any stacks going on there. And a Shadow Blade picked up by Phonic now on the Ancient's Prophet. Lycan firing up the Dire Ancients. Looks like Na'Vi might be thinking about going for a push on this bottom tier 2. One of the last 2 tiers
Radiant's
left.
top tower is
Top
under
one.
attack.
Also on much lower HP, but on the other side of the map. Not so far away. Well, they could just go for this one.
There it goes.
Illuminate gonna land a Pilot Eye on that Jakiro. Gotta be kind of careful of host waiting for it. It looks like he really wants to go. He's thinking about it. He can pretty much kill off the Jakiro instantly and does finally go for it. Gonna get slept. Pops the Vendetta now to try and get away. Ice Path's gonna land a couple. First play only really lands on the Bears as well as Phonic. Phonic gonna try his best to get out, but he is gonna go down with the fast terminal life stealer. That's his name. Meantime, Puppy chasing everyone down all the way in the back of the base.
Under attack.
Trying his best to pour it out. Can he get it? No, the Ice Path's going to land in time. It's going to be a death for Puppy. He has the Aegis. It's going to pop, and he's just stuck here to die again. Unfortunately, he already bought his items. So not super concerned, but he is going to go down. Chased a little too far. And then kind of committed to just trying to grab a TP scroll as his only escape route. Not really able to do it. Meantime, the bottom tower down to about a quarter HP. So they were able to do a little bit of damage to Na'Vi, not able to take it out. So Kaipi kind of defending it, maybe not in the way they really wanted to, where they lose several heroes, but they do get the Lycan. As well as the Aegis. He has his AC finish now. And a Mithril Hammer picked up beyond that. So probably seeing a BKB come out there. There are other options, of course, for what he could go for. Could be a Desolator. Might not be worried about their stuns that are mostly going through BKB anyways. Also has Vendetta up, running around in the dire jungle. Looks like he wants to find someone out. And the way he's going to spot out is Arise, who is not one of the heroes he can really kill, unfortunately. Eternal Envy here now as well. Another hero that he isn't really doing enough damage to kill. Pale going to land on him. Does some damage. Funnick there as well now. Gonna force that BKB out and then Shadow Blade away. Called on being used as well by Eternal Envy, so not really gonna lead to much of anything.
Invisibility.
So that 9-second BKB charge pretty much completely wasted. Wouldn't have really changed anything as Funnick can't do any damage. Reverse Polarity getting used there by Rise to basically kill off Assassin. Keeper Light gonna get a last hit on Bane. With the Illuminate, Screw gonna come through on Funnick. He gets hit by the Ice Path as well while he's going through it. Anytime Lycan getting some kills in the back of the fight. He's going in. Out of Rise, the Bear Split is here. And Arise in a lot of trouble, getting absolutely shredded. Now they're trying to get away. And Lifestealer up in the air. Time to go. Gonna drop him back down to earth. He's going down. Maybe. Armlet toggling, staying alive for the moment. And then slows up on Dendy. He's going to be able to get out. So surviving that fight, but 4 for 1 trade? 4 for 2 trade? 4 for 2 trade in favor of Na'Vi there. Eggs is up on Dendy. This is that Blink Dagger, so those were the super powerful pandas. Puppy, see what he wants to go for beyond this myth round. We're still doesn't decide to pick anything up. Do about 1600 gold beyond it. So if he wants to go for BKB, he does have enough for one of the 2 items remaining. If he wants to go for Desolators, enough for the next hammer.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Basically, is enough to show us what he wants to go for. Looks like Funny, he is dusted. He's trying his best to get away. And Funny now gonna try and port out. There's gonna be a kill on him. They just do enough damage to kill off Bone. Hitting too hard. Also has Basher. Just kind of unfortunate when you want to try and teleport away. Meantime, the top lane, however, they're going on Eternal Envy. And it looks like he's gonna go down. Not really tanky enough to survive this. That Rocket Barrage not gonna do enough. It's going to be his Deathkeeper Light getting extra last hit. Kuro getting those big last hits with the Keeper Light right clicks. It looks like a Vost. In over his head in the bottom lane. Getting killed off by Ice Path damage there, actually. To the last tier 2 tower, though, is going to go down. And that one going the way of Puppy and that Lycanthrope. And he is getting quite large. Depending on what he's going for, he's going to have it soon. They're going on Jakiro, and it looks like Jakiro is going to go down here. With that Panda Split as well as the Lycan ult. And now they're trying to deal some damage to the tier 3. Got it down below half HP already. Arise is going to try and chase down Dendy, it looks like. Really doesn't like Earth. Ori's gonna get. Oh no! Wolves! Get him, wolves. Get him, wolves. Oh, he's able to blink away. No getting him, wolves. Havo's trying to get him with Vendetta. Gonna land the Impale on Zizu. He's really low on HP, and there's the Clamp as well. Gets healed up for the time being. Dendy gonna get caught by the Feeds Group, taking a lot of damage. Just gonna kill Bane, however, before he's able to really set up too much of anything. Puppy just hitting too hard. Now Envy getting taken down. The reverse parry lands on everyone. Looks like the whole Na'Vi line are probably gonna go down here, and that's 4 kills very quickly. The only one survives is Avost on this next assassin, gonna smoke and run away. Tail between his legs. And it looks like BKB is gonna be the choice coming out from this Lycanthrope. And even post buyback, he's only a couple hundred gold away. But that reverse polarity really kept them in that fight. It looked like it was going Na'Vi's way. And all of a sudden you catch 4 heroes in reverse polarity. And they go down pretty quickly when you have a Nates with
damage.
Abyssal Blade now. And the Empower on him. It looks like they want to go for Roshan. It's going to get spotted out by Wolves. Still 15 seconds however until Dendy's up, and that's a long time. That is a very long time. This Roshan attempt really shouldn't take that long. But Puppy, he's just going in. Does he have the BKB recipe up here? He's double damaged. So it doesn't really matter. He's just getting in a fight. He's going to go down, it looks like. Getting skewered back in. He's going to be the death of him. Split coming out from Denny now. He's able to get there as fast as he can. Bone going to go down, but he had the Aegis. Ori's taking some damage as well. Getting mana leaked up. Chased down by the Fire Panda. Kato going to get the last right click. Now Zizu. Also getting chased down. That's not going to land. Eternal Envy was able to finish off Nature's Prophet, and now Kuro gonna force stab himself up the top of a cliff. Unfortunately, Magnus there.
Open to your keeper.
So another fight going the way of Kaipi. That time at the Roach Pit, they were trying to contest it, but they didn't have Dendy there on the Brewmaster in time. He's going for Sheepstick, getting pretty close. But Kaipi looking to be in a pretty commanding position now. Didn't lose the Aegis, so they don't really have too much left after that Roach Pit, except all the gold they were able to earn, as well as experience. 7.5k experience lead for Kaipi. Gold starting to dip back towards him, but still 5k in favor of Na'Vi. And Lycan continuing to want that PKB. If he had had that in that last fight, probably would have made a difference. Would have been able to deal a lot of damage before he went down. And only about 100 gold away now. Just Creep Camp should basically have it.
Illusion.
And there we go. Gonna buy the recipe. Gets it sent to him on the courier. Phonic picked up anything? Not really. He's up to 2200 gold. Probably wants to get a Sheepstick of his own, but it's still a long ways off. Whereas, Dendy's only about 2k gold away. Looks like there's some split pushing going to be coming on here. Nyx is infested in the Magnus, so they want to probably go for something. Ice Path going to fly out. Lands on Kuro. They can try and get this gank if they want. Rise looking like he wants to go for a reverse player. He's going to land at 2. One is Dandy. Taking a lot of damage. Ice Path going to hit as well, and he's going to go down before he can buy or utilize the split. Doesn't seem to have buyback either. No buyback. Probably just going to be forced out. If I was trying to run away, going to get skewered back into the fight. It's going to be his death. So a 3 for none trade. In the meantime, tier 3 taking some harass from these treants in the top lane. Trying to put whatever pressure down he can. Fortunately, Jakiro has quite a few AoEs. Ice Path going to fly out, but 2 towers now going down in the mid lane. On the side of Na'Vi, they've already lost the 2, and now the tier 3 taking damage. Kaipi going in on it, going big. trying to get done whatever they can. Puppy trying to lay into Bone a little bit here. Do some damage. It looks like Arise trying to get something done, but gonna get mana burned up. Doesn't have any mana left. Puppy low in HP, has that stupid enfeeble on him. Losing his damage, can't hit so hard on the wolf guy. Arise getting stuck in trees for a moment. Bone getting in this slap fight with Puppy. It's gonna be the death of the Lycan. The Abyssal Blade too strong. And also gonna go down with actually even Vendetta being popped there by Havos for the last hit. Now they're chasing after Arise. Eternal Envy just gonna BKB and port out. Should be able to get away. Now Arise is gonna be able to skewer away far enough to be able to blink dagger. And that's how far he is gone. So Na'Vi able to defend their tier 3s, as well as lay some more damage on the tier 3 in the top lane. But they're losing a lot of hero lives here. Looks like smoke was used up by the Magnus as well as the Jakiro.
Hasten me to battle.
We'll see what they want to do with it if they're just using it for speed. There's 3k gold up on Arise on this Magnus. We'll see if he wants to go for the reverse or ultimate orb. What is it called? Refresher orb. There we go. Or if he's got something else in mind, maybe going for a BKB. We've seen a lot more Magnuses as of late. Havost really doesn't have anything up on this Nyx Assassin Lycan. Still pretty far away from getting another item pickup. Post BKB, and of course he did die in that fight. Because that Abyssal Blade hurts pretty bad. He just gets stunned up even through BKB. And looks like Kaipi are hanging out in their own jungle, trying to get a little bit of their farm on. Na'Vi doing a bit of the same, but Puppy gonna get skewered back. Has that BKB pop, needs to stay away from Bone, however. That's gonna be another BKB charge. That's on the 9-second charge utilized. And for nothing really, he just uses the ult and the BKB to run away. Now he's heading up this mid lane. Can't really think this is actually a good plan. And he might be in some trouble now. Has no port. Oh, Puppy, you are on the wrong side of the map, fella. He's gonna go down. Jarek will be able to get that kill.
Illusion!
And Fo's trying to farm up a little bit in the jungle, not really even close to anything. I can't even imagine what he's going for. If it's Dagon, it's gonna feel pretty feeble 40 minutes in, and he probably won't even have it by then. Considering how far off he is, still like 1600 gold. It's kind of a lot, considering he hasn't really been getting a ton done on this Nyx Assassin, sitting actually less gold on him than on Kuro. And now, Kaipi pushing up this mid lane. They still have 15 seconds till the Lycan is back up. He has no buyback as well, and this tier 3 is going to go down. So first tier 3 goes down, and it's on the side of Na'Vi. Wouldn't have really expected that. Then he's trying to get the split off. He's going to die as well. Does he have buyback? He does. He's going to be able to buy back, but the barracks are already going to be down. There we go, Bone hits it. Probably porting in, pops the BKB immediately as well as the ult, trying to do whatever he can. Eternal Envy trying to port out, they're not going to be able to. BKB wears off, there comes the split. Suzu going to get killed off in the back of the fight. Eternal Envy looks to be going down as well. The reverse player going to land on a couple. Both's going to get picked off. Eternal Envy still alive, and then the Illuminate finally going to finish him off. Slow coming out on Puppy from Bone, it's going to be his death. And now Kuro trying to get away.
Is under attack.
Has fortunately that goes up as well as Dendi. Tossing some rocks. Funnick now gonna come in and kill off Bone as well. So it's the whole team wipe going the way of Na'Vi, but there were several buybacks used there, and buybacks immediately just gonna come out from Magnus as well as Gyro on the KP set. Don't want to run into Funnick, who just immediately ports. all the way to the dire tier 3s. It's like, yeah, let's push. Let's force some buybacks. Don't worry about it, guys. Buybacks. But Funnick keeping them in there for the time being with this Scythe of Eyes pickup. Looks like Dendy's still kind of far from his with that buyback. Funnick really able to get there pretty quickly. Actually, it was really far away from it by comparison to Dendy, and actually managed to get there before him. And everyone's just gonna be back to farming for the moment, it looks like. Sentry Horde's picked up by Magnus. Still has about 3,000 gold, and that's after buyback. So he was pretty close towards that refresher orb if he had wanted it. Well over 4K. Would have been in his stash. Of course, needs to save his buybacks just in case. You never know what's going to come up. And as a matter of fact, it did come up. Probably continue to try and farm up on this lichen. Don't know what his next item's going to be. Can't even expect to see some like Basher coming out next. But it's also possible we could go for Necro Book. So the thing about Lycan is, it's not about him carrying late game. If they win a team fight anywhere on the map and Kaipi don't have all buybacks, they can lose everything. That's the thing you have to remember about Lycan. So it's not necessarily that he's going to win in a carry fight. He needs to rely on his team for that. But if he's alive at the end of a fight that Na'Vi wins, and they're anywhere on this side of the map, like anywhere over here, they're going to probably take tier 4s. So, continue to sit around. It looks like they want to go for Roshan once again. Envy going to pull him out. And Bone runs in now. So the Rosh attempt is coming from KP. It looks like they're going to get it. Na'Vi not even in a position to contest it. This is Cheese Rosh. Come on, Wolves.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Not going to get anything done.
Immortality!
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And the top tier 3 taking some damage. Treants laying into it. It's down to 100 HP. Funnick sitting invisible, trying to figure out where he wants to port, it looks like. And not getting a ton done. Looks like he's just going to go back to base. Probably continue to farm like it's something picked up now. There's a TP scroll, it looks like. 10k the experience lead. Gold dead even. Fun, continue to try and keep pressure on Lins. Has to be careful though, because if he gets picked off here, it's definitely pretty bad for his team. Fortunately, there is a lifestealer with Empower. It's absolutely going to shred any sort of creep presence you can put there. Looks like Puppy getting ganked, not able to get anything off in time. Really surprised Zoo didn't just pop the Fiend's Grip. Could have gotten it off, even if the BKB had gone, it wouldn't have stopped it. And I could have just set up that kill on Puppy pretty easy. Pretty easy. But Na'Vi continue to sit around. 2,600 gold now up on Lycan. Looks like they need to get something done. They're feeling like they're pretty far behind. Ghost Scepter, Ultimate Orb. Puppy getting hit by Bone. Can't really do anything. Getting 4 step away. Trying to run. The Ice Path's going to nick him, and that's his death. Worst player going to be used as well, but Puppy is down. Does he have buyback? He does not. 50 gold. He'll have it. He'll have it. Ghost Scepter picks up. buy Evos and Nyx. That's what he eventually decided to go for. Had all that money. And all that, I mean like 2K.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
That was all he could get done. Meantime, KP now pushing into the top lane. There
Radiant's
comes the
top
buyback
tower
from
is under
Puppy.
attack.
It's going to be their defense. They have to win here. Screw going to catch two. Primal Split coming out. Puppy laying into the Bane Array as well as the Illuminate Flamethrower, doing a lot of damage. It looks like a Rise is going to go down. Funnick getting a kill of his own as well.
Dire's bottom
Now,
tower is under
Jakiro
attack.
trying to get away. Going to get killed by Funnick, it looks like. There's his death. Jark after throwing up from the air, Sprout is there. Now Eternal Envy taking a lot of damage, just going to get hit by a rock. Funnick trying his best not to get killed off by this homing missile.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Denny blinking forward. Eternal Envy gonna go down. Oh, maybe. There it is. Unfortunately, Funnick ends up trading his life for that, and that's just for the Aegis.
For the master.
Just get the Aegis. Lifesteal has a gem, so that's why Evo's not really going in for anything there. So a lot of kills being traded. I'm not sure actually what the trade was. It wasn't. Don't remember what the numbers were. But I think Na'Vi came out a little bit ahead in terms of kills there. We're able to take out all three heroes that weren't the carries, as well as pop in that Aegis. They lost Funnick on the Nature's Prophet. I think that was really it. They lost Lycan before the fight even started, of course. But he brought back. His lifesteal looking quite stacked. It still has that Quelling Blade. Maybe trying to make an argument for whether or not he can afford to really drop it. Running into this Nature's Prophet, you don't really want to have no way at all of getting out of trees. As being able to get in and out of those trees has already led to several kills for him and his team. Not allowing Nature's Prophet to just walk away. Constantly spread himself up and just port and be gone. But he does have 4,500 gold, so he's going to probably have to get something eventually. Not all of his items are obviously ideal. It's possible maybe he'll hand in gem off to someone else to hang on to. He can pick up an item for that slot. Gyro continues to just farm his top lane. Looks like he's got a Demon Edge picked up. We'll see if it's Daedalus coming out or if it's a Rapier. Or Ice walking around being a jackass with reverse polarity. Just once I want to see someone completely screw that up and accidentally put it all the way through. And they're walking around doing making the noise constantly. But in the meantime, KP just wandering around, pub training it up. Trying to keep their lanes safe. With all the split pushing coming out from the Na'Vi lineup. There are two heroes hanging out in the jungle here. Need to be moderately careful. Make sure that they don't die. There's the Daedalus coming out now from the Gyrocopter. Pretty much exactly what you would expect. As obviously going all in on the Rapier. Probably not necessary when you have the lead.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And here they go,
attack.
continue to push down this bottom lane. They want to go for
Radiant's
something.
bottom tower
Tier 2
has
already
fallen.
gone. Are they going to force the fight into Tier 3? They don't have Aegis anymore. Cheese still up on anyone? Doesn't look like
Dire's
it.
top tower
Actually
is
sure we
under
even had it.
attack.
Didn't notice.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
In the meantime, their Tier 3 goes down in the top lane. Funnick able to backdoor it. Sort of thing you have to worry about when you're pushing on the other side of the map and you're not going to commit. Are you going to take a little chip damage here and there from Funnick on this Nature's Prophet on your towers over and over again with the split pushing, and that adds up. That's why they lose that Tier 3. Very, very quickly up in that top lane. It looks like actually a kill going to caught on a Rise here. Does he buy back? There's no buyback on the Magnus. That's a huge pick off. 80 seconds now, Na'Vi have without having a Magnus to fight through. No reverse polarity. Nothing like that to really have to hit. They can try and force this if they want. Of course, the Nake's still very, very strong, but reverse polarity is such an issue for them right now. They have so many minions and all that kind of stuff. And every time their heroes get caught in it, even if it's only a couple, those heroes probably die. But looks like Na'Vi are going to be content to just back off. Not going to force it as of yet. It's not working. Kuro just farming up a little bit in the jungle. It looks like he wants a sheep stick of his own. He's actually getting pretty close to it. Didn't he have his done? So it's going to be triple size coming out. Nothing even close coming out from a host. Easily the least farmed hero on their team. It's somehow doing better than Bane. Poor Bane. Doesn't have any items at all. What's his kill death? 1 in 8. Oh, okay. It's a call dummy is they really want to go on Funnick. It's going to be able to hide though, and able to port out. So going to be able to get out alive, and that's all 4 heroes that were alive at the time. Trying to set up a gank for him on the top lane, preventing him from pushing as much as possible. Looks like Mag now going to come out to defend this bottom lane. Has to be careful not to go any farther than that. Doesn't want the same thing to happen twice. It would look pretty foolish. Na'Vi still making up camp on the dire side of the river. So they want to go for something. They're going on Eternal Envy. And he's going to go down. Does he have buyback? No. No buyback on these heroes. And Na'Vi now, are they going to just go for it? Puppy already laying in. Sheepstick going to cancel off the Fiend's Grip. They're going on Zazu, it looks like. Trying to keep him off for as long as possible. Dendy trying to keep everyone off back in the fight. They don't want to let this reverse polarity come out from Magnus. In the meantime, the tier 3 tower barracks already gone. Or top lane barracks. Already gone. Another rock throw gonna come out there from Dendy. Keeping Rise down as long as possible. Puppy in the meantime is rotating towards this mid lane. Trying to do what damage he can. Gonna pop the ult, the reverse polarity, catching a couple of the shockwave, not gonna land anything. Force step. Gonna pull Puppy away so he can get out of those AoEs. Trying to go on Zazu now. Looks like he should be able to get him. The Bane gonna go down, but the Abyssal Blade gonna slow up Puppy for the time being. So he's gonna stay, or go down rather. Dendy now trying to get away. Has that Scythe of Eyes off cooldown? Then we can fly through just quite a bit of damage. And Dendy looks like he's just gonna be able to walk away.
Dire's bottom tower.
Anytime Funnick was able to port in, get a kill on.
Can't you hit any?
But then he able to port as well. Kuro gonna trade his life, however. But that is a set of Rex going back the way of Na'Vi. In that top lane, as well as a lot of damage coming out on both the tier 3 towers that are remaining. Mid one sitting at about half health. Bottom one actually going to be down here. Double catapult waves. Dealing too much damage. Too big. Too big to fail. They take the tier 3 of this bottom lane. And that's another set of racks exposed now. And we just saw what Na'Vi can do with exposed racks. They're gone in a matter of seconds. That's what Lycan really does for a team. Rosha going to respawn Havost. Wandering around, has that Vendetta up. Here comes Funnick as well. The Sheepstick coming through. Eternal Envy taking a lot of damage and trying to keep him down. BKB going to pop. And Funnick getting in too far. He's going to trade his life for Eternal Envy. He has buyback, I'm assuming. No, it's on cooldown. Neither player has buyback. Arise. Crashed. Arise. Whew, time for that pause. So take a look at gold while we have a chance. It's still in favor of Na'Vi after all this. 5k in their favor. Experience sitting somewhere right around even. Can't quite see because the stupid pause thing. Items, anyone get anything interesting? Puppy finally has that basher, which he picked up and unfortunately as a result did not have buyback. And nothing super big picked up on anyone beyond that. Looks like Armlet is still up on Bone. Did he sell something to get the AC? What did he have? Everyone kind of just sitting around on items. The only one really seems to be getting anything is Funnick. On that Nature's Prophet. Tic-tac-toe pause. Hopefully this pause doesn't take too long. They say a rise crash, so you would probably be trying to get back in quickly. But it is taking a little bit of time. Ooh, Eternal Envy at 600 gold per minute. Same with Lifestealer. Funny, even the highest gold per minute in the game right now. Or experience per minute, rather. Eternal Envy highest in gold. Yes, I can read little headings at the top of these columns. I swear. So I think probably was going to end up being the last fight of the game might take place here. At the rush, but actually maybe not, since Funnick is down without buyback and he's 90 seconds on respawn. That death could just end up being the last death of the fight of the game, with him training himself for Eternal Envy. I think Funnick a little bit more key to the success of Na'Vi right now than Eternal Envy is to Kaipi. They could still kind of lean heavily on the reverse player from the Magnus as well as the Lifestealer. With all the gold and farm and, you know, levels, items, everything in the world he has. Whereas Na'Vi have been kind of really relying on Funnick getting things done in these fights. With the MKB and the Dylus up, dealing a lot of right-click damage. Toby-Wan. Impatient. Yeah, is he on TS or is he Skype? What's up, guys? Saying all sorts of things. Really wish this pause wouldn't take so long. I wanted to catch the other games, but doesn't look like it's going to be the case with how this is working out. Longest pause of everyone's life when these games happen. It sucks when it's late in the game. We just had to pause for 20 minutes. A rich Arab oil guy? Buy or rise a PC. Why this game has so many spells? Okay, so we're back to it, and we will get to see what happens here. This agent Roshan should be completely uncontested going the way of Kaipi. And in fact is Aegis gonna be on Lifesteal. She's probably on, yeah, Magnus. It looks like Chikiro apparently picked it up at first. Ends up passing it over the way of Magnus, however. So it's another free Aegis going the way of Kaipi. That's gonna be worse, and we'll see what they do with it. They had 50 seconds that they could have been pushing here and tried to force something to happen while Nature's Prophet is down, or at least forced out the buyback, though. You kind of expect Nature's Prophet had the buyback, you would have probably used it there. Just try and get in this fight and contest Roshan there in some way.
What happened to me?
Dude, guys, just get a ton of spell effects and we'll try and cast them all at the same time. And try and crash the guy, enemies. Make their PCs crash. Pro. Next leveled. Bone hanging towards this bottom lane, gonna be able to defend pretty easily against just Puppy. Who probably doesn't even want to really force the issue. Gonna use Howl to get those wolves hitting pretty hard. That appears to be a farm agency. He is pretty close to Abyssal Blade if he wants to go for it, but it's really hard to imagine that he's not just gonna save for buyback, and I'm gonna mostly stay on this buyback status screen for the rest of the game. Because this is what we need to see right now. Who has buyback and who does not? And when they die in fights, are they gonna have the buyback to be able to come back right away? Because you need it. That's what it's gonna come down to. If you lose your life and you can't be alive again right away, or you lose your life the second time in a fight, could be game. And Puppy, first player gonna catch him. Now here comes the Fiend's Grip as well. He is dead. He is D-E-D dead. Na'Vi trying to keep pressure with the split pushing going on, but fortunately Puppy did not buy that Abyssal there. Instead, he just died. So we'll see what goes on with this, if they're going to try and do anything. It looks like they're thinking about going on Bone. Funnick needs to force staff away. Gotta get in trees, but he's asleep now, and here comes the call down. If Funnick goes down with no buyback...
I will rise next season.
Woo! That's bad. No buyback for 15 seconds. He will have the money, basically, once it's off the
Dire's bottom
cooldown.
barracks are under attack.
See, now, why does it say no when he
I
clearly
could not
is
bear
yes?
to be away from the sacred woods.
Gonna buy back, and he needed to because Bone
Come.
and the rest of the
Dire's
Kaipi
bottom
lineup are already
barracks are
pushing
under
up
attack.
this middle lane. Nyx
Radiant's
going for
middle
tier
barracks
4s.
are under attack.
They have 15 seconds
Radiant
until
structures
Lycan
are
spawns.
fortified.
It looks like he doesn't want to have to use this if he doesn't have to. Or with it only being 10 seconds till he respawns now. Host with his double damage rune, trying to go on Pilot Eye, it's going to be his death.
Dire's middle tower is under
They're going to be able to kill off Bane as well as Jakiro, now getting a fight with the carries BKB. It's going to be Pop, reverse player you're going to land on too. Funnick down once again as well as Nyx says, and Nyx going to buy back immediately. But Funnick is down for another 95 seconds. Bone taking quite a bit of damage. Getting in a fight with Puppy. I'm going to start laying into it, but he gets stunned up by the Impale. There goes the Aegis. Probably trying to take down a Rise as well. It looks like it's going to be his death, Eternal Envy. Getting in a fight, Puppy going to go down. Has the buyback immediately.
are under attack.
As well as Magnus having to buy back on a Rise. Denny trying to blink around. Lag spike at an inopportune time. Homing missile gonna land at Denny. Eternal Enemy. Too powerful. Too strong. Too big to fail. Ultra kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle barracks.
Well, let's just
Dire's
shout
middle
LOL.
tower has fallen.
That's all he can say. All the buyouts in the world. I'm not gonna save you when you're this far behind. Even in your base. Helicopter goes down, finally Brewmaster able to get the kill. A bone. Given 0 fucks.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
And there we go. So
Victory.
Kaipi gonna take game 1 over Na'Vi. Sent 1-0, and it is a best of 3, however, so we will be back. And I'm up for game 2. Thanks for coming, guys. Once again, my name is Kanaz. This is a match in the quarterfinals for the EIZO Cup. And I will be back momentarily. Guys, I figured the password out. Do I sneak in? I could draw attention to myself that I don't need to do. Oh, I'm really tired.